At some point, someone likely told you that the right career would feel like a calling, and that this calling would make you wake up every day excited to change the world. And you might have believed them. So you've been holding every opportunity up to that standard. But you haven't quite figured out what that standard looks like. And you might be wondering if there's something wrong with you. Spoiler, there isn't. But that advice you were given, that's a completely different story. Allow me to explain. You see, in today's knowledge economy, most companies aren't looking out for their employees' careers anymore. Therefore, you are going to have to step up and become the CEO of your own life if you want even a chance at success. While this level of responsibility can feel overwhelming, it is also a massive opportunity to craft a spectacular life of excellence. To start finding your true purpose and professional calling, we have to first address this massive piece of bad advice you were given, which is to follow your passion. This idea really took root in the late 1960s, but as management expert Peter Drucker points out, this is almost always the wrong path. Why? Because very few people who follow this vague advice actually achieve self-fulfillment, contribution, or professional success. Purely relying on passion ignores whether you actually have the competence or whether or not the work actually matters in the world. It does not mean you shouldn't pursue any passions, just understand that most passions are better suited as low-stakes hobbies, not lifelong commitments. For example, just because you are passionate about animals and want to become the new Asian Steve Irwin does not mean you have the chops for it, or if the world needs it. Instead of looking inward and asking, what do I want to do? You should look outward at the reality around you and ask, what should my contribution be? To figure out what that contribution might be, you have to first cultivate a deep, brutal understanding of yourself. History's greatest achievers, like Mozart or Da Vinci, were rare exceptions of people who managed themselves naturally. But the rest of us actually have to learn how to do it. You can start defining your professional calling by answering 3 crucial questions about yourself. Question 1. What are my actual strengths? Most people think they know what they are good at, but they are almost always wrong. You cannot build a successful career on your weaknesses or on the things you are just okay at. You can only excel from strength. To find your true strengths, you need to use a simple but highly effective tool called feedback analysis. To do this, what you have to do is whenever you make a significant career decision or take on a major project, take out a piece of paper and write out the predicted outcome you expect. Then put this little piece of paper away. Wait 9 to 12 months, then pull out the paper and compare the actual results to your original expectations. If you practice this consistently over a few years, a clear, undeniable map of your strengths will start to emerge. You will see exactly what kinds of results you are skilled at generating, what skills you need to brush up on, and what bad habits are sabotaging your success. Once you know your strengths, then the next rule is simple. Put yourself in environments where those strengths can produce results, and concentrate all your energy on building those strengths up. Stop wasting your time and energy trying to fix all your weaknesses. It takes far more effort to improve from being incompetent to mediocre than it is to go from being pretty good to an absolute star. Now you might start to think, great, I know my strengths. Just build a career around those and everything else falls into place. Oh, I wish it were that easy. You see, it's not just what you're good at, it's also how you actually work. And if those two things aren't aligned, then the strengths you have won't even matter. Which brings us to question number 2. Question 2, how do I naturally perform? Just as your strengths are completely unique to you, the way you actually get things done is a hardwired part of your personality. A huge amount of professional disillusionment comes from people trying to force themselves to work in ways that simply aren't their ways. If you're a night owl that has to work in the mornings, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. If you want to find where you belong, you have to stop fighting your own nature. To start figuring this out, you can begin by asking yourself a simple question. Are you a reader or a listener? People are rarely both. Some people need to read a brief before a meeting to process the information, while others can only learn by hearing other people talk it out. If you're a listener forced into a job that requires endless reading, you are probably going to struggle. Next, you can think about how you learn. Most schools nowadays teach us that there is only one right way to learn things, but that is sheer hell for people who process information differently. Some people learn by writing, some by doing, and others actually learn by hearing themselves talk aloud. Next, you also need to figure out how you work with other people. Do you produce your best results as a solo contributor or as a highly engaged team member, or maybe as a subordinate? Are you a brilliant advisor who hates the pressure of making the final call, or do you need to be the primary decision maker? Do you thrive under extreme pressure, or do you need a highly structured, predictable environment to do your best work? Here's the golden rule. Do not try to change your nature, because it probably will not work. Instead, seek out roles that allow you to operate in the ways you already perform best. Questions 1 and 2 are about capability, strengths and performance, how you're built, how you function. But question 3 is different. This one isn't about what you can do, it's about who you are. What are your non-negotiables? And this one gets pretty personal. Question 3, what are my core values? When you are disillusioned with the state of the world, it is often because your personal values are clashing with the environment around you. Drucker recommends using the mirror test, which simply requires you to ask yourself, what kind of person do I want to see in the mirror every morning? But this is not just about personal ethics. It is about making sure your values are compatible with the organization you work for. Let's say you value developing people from the inside, internal promotion, but your company believes in constantly hiring outside talent to bring in fresh blood. Even if you are great at your job in this position, that fundamental clash of values is going to condemn you to massive frustration and poor performance. Or another example, perhaps you believe in affordable housing, but the property management company you work for is obsessed with profit maximization and raises the rent on tenants whenever possible. This is a conflict of values, and it is doomed to create a miserable environment for you. If your work environment operates on a value system you find unacceptable, you will eventually burn out. In fact, Drucker argues that your values must be the ultimate test. What you do well might not fit with what you believe in, and if it doesn't, the work is simply not worth devoting your life to. So there it is, 3 questions. What are my strengths? How do I work? And what do I value? Most people never ask even one of these seriously. And how exactly do these 3 questions lead you to finding your purpose? By stripping away the noise. Hear me out. You are not responsible for changing the world. You are responsible for your part in it. That's Drucker's whole point. Your strengths, your working style, your values, those 3 answers tell you exactly what your contribution can be. Not to carry the weight of the whole world, just your piece in it. And that is enough. That's in fact more than enough. Knowing your strengths, your performance style, and your values tells you exactly where you belong, and just as importantly, where you do not belong. You can learn to confidently say no to jobs, assignments, and cultures that do not fit who you are. You see, successful careers are not rigidly planned out in advance. They develop organically when you are fully prepared for opportunities because you have a deep, realistic understanding of yourself. When a new opportunity arises, you will be able to look at the situation, determine what the world actually requires, and say, I am absolutely capable of doing this, but here's how I work best, and these are the results you can expect from me because this is who I am. That is how you stop chasing empty passions, how you beat your disillusionment, and how you step into a deeply fulfilling professional career. So what do you think? Has follow your passion ever actually led you somewhere fulfilling? Or did you find your career path requiring something a little deeper than feelings? Drop your experience in the comments below. I read every single one. Now, if this video helps you think differently about how to manage your career, please subscribe. This is exactly what this channel is here to do. And if you know somebody who is drifting, job hopping, feeling a little stuck and wondering what they're supposed to be doing with their life, please send this video to them. It's your efforts that help Drucker's ideas get where they are needed the most. Thank you for spending your time with me today. I greatly appreciate it. Please take care of yourself, believe in your strengths, and I hope to see you again in the next video. Bye for now.